This is a video for anybody that's upgrading from a Nema 1450 outlet in their garage up to a wall connector from Tesla. Now, a lot of electricians, when you hire them, they're going to say that you need the wall connector. The wall connector comes at a price. You do not need a wall connector. You can easily use 32 amp service from a mobile connector and pay a lot less. Now, it's going to take approximately 10 hours to fill up your battery basically from 0 to 100% because you get about 30 miles for every hour that you're plugged in. Let's say you have a 300-mile range battery. That's going to be about 10 hours and you're never really at 0%. So 10 hours would be kind of worst case. So you can get away with the mobile connector for a vast majority of applications. But let's say you want to get a wall connector or you're installing a wall connector for the first time. This is specifically for anybody that gets confused going from a Nema 1450 over to a wall connector. Now, on the Nema 1450, there's an L1 and an L2, and then you have a ground and a neutral. So there's 4 wires that go into this guy. And on the wall connector, you only have 3 wire connections. So let's talk about which wires go where. It's a little bit confusing. This will help you to avoid opening and closing the box. And when I'm talking about the box, I'm talking about this unit here. It will prevent you from putting it on and taking it off and putting it on and taking it off, because I had to do this probably 6 or 7 times. The most important thing is measuring the voltage difference between the wires inside of this panel. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So you're going to want to have the power on and these cables actually not touching each other. It's very dangerous. You never want to have these cables touching each other. And you're going to have, I had 4 wires that I had to cut one away. It's tucked way up inside of there. And I put a lot of tape around it. Probably not the safest, best way. If you have an option to eliminate that extra wire completely, that's the way to go. But take a look on the box. You have L1. You can see over there on the right, you have L2N and ground. Well, ground is easy. We know exactly where the ground one goes. But the question is, do we use L1 and L2, or do we use L1 and neutral, or what combination of these wires do we actually use? And that's the real question. So what I found worked in my case was I had to keep the neutral. Everywhere online it talks about cutting the neutral and hiding that away, but in my case I had to use it and I had to take the L2 and put it away. But I think it really depends on your application. Let me explain exactly how you can find out which wires to keep. What you're going to want to do is, with the power on, you're going to want 2 things for this. You're going to want a voltmeter. I'll provide a link in the description. These don't cost a whole lot of money. I want to say like $13 to $17. And then you're also going to want to get a torque wrench. Now you may think, oh, I can bypass that. I'll just tighten down the wires. Wrong. If you don't tighten the wires down to spec, the wires will heat up over time and come loose, and you will have to take this off and put it back on and potentially damage this. I had a friend of mine had to replace his whole wall connector because he never torqued them down enough, and he had to have someone come out and check it. He finally figured out he needed to use one of these. I'll put this link in the description as well. So you're going to want to turn it to the AC mode. Now if you see this solid line with the dashed line, that's DC mode. You want to go over here on the right, and you want to turn it to the highest level, 600 volts. That's going to be AC. You're also going to want to have it in COM and this voltage milliamps. Don't put it into the 10 amps. This is for measuring current. You're measuring voltage in this case. So you set it just like that, and now you have to measure it. So let's put the probes up on the 2 black wires. You have to find the combination of black wires between N, L1, N, L2, or L1 and L2 that gives you the biggest potential difference. Okay, so I'm going to place the probe in here. It doesn't matter black and red which one you place it in, but place it in both of them. And there you can see I get 248 volts across L1 and L2 in my case. So it's L1 and neutral that I had to put inside of here, that it was previously in the Nema 1450. So now that's the biggest difference you really want to see. You can also test L1 to ground. You're going to see 123 volts. And you can test the other one, the neutral to the ground, 124 volts. So you really want to use the neutral here. The neutral is going to go in the middle. In my case, it was the neutral. In your case, it very well might be the L1 or the L2. These could be the L1 and L2. I saw a lot of articles online saying that that was another possibility. A lot of people saying that. But believe me, the best and easiest way to do this is, again, take a probe, connect it between both of your black wires, and you're going to see this large difference. Pick the one that has the largest difference, and you will be all set. The next is to torque these down to spec. What is the spec? Well, let's have a look. As you can see on here, it's even confusing because they say L1, L2, and like I said, it was L1 and neutral for me, but it says 5.6 Newton meters. So again, I'll put the link for this little torque meter in the description, but any torque meter that can read that low of a range, believe it or not, 5.6 isn't that high. This starts, it triggers the alarm. Let me turn it on here. It triggers the alarm at 8.1 Newton meters, but it will read all the way from 4 Newton meters up. So it will start to display as soon as you get the torque on there. So let me show you what I did. You're going to need, if you get this one that I have here though, make sure you have a 1/2 inch torque wrench, or whatever you call, yeah, I think it's called like a torque wrench, a socket wrench. I have, in this case, I use the same one for my tires. So this is what I use to take off the lugs on my tires. This comes off, it's a 1/2 inch. This actually works perfect. You are going to need that if you get this particular one. There's other ones obviously that you could also get, but I was trying to get the least expensive version. I think this was like $23 to get the torque meter right here, and that's a pretty darn good price. So this goes inside of here, goes inside of there like that. Okay, before you operate this, make sure you turn off the power. It's a good idea to measure, make sure there's no hot power coming in. That's rule 101 when you're dealing with electricity. So now that the power is off, I'm going to put this inside of here, and we'll start rotating it, and you can see, watch, as I rotate it, you can see 4.5, 5.5, we want 5.6. There it is, 5.6. You just want to reach it and maybe go even a little bit beyond it. 5.6, 5.7. There you go. Now you're all set. Now you take out your torque wrench and you move on to the next one. The rest is pretty straightforward. You're just going to put the adapter or the cover on. You're going to put all 4 little screws in place. You're going to power it on. You'll get a green light. Everything will connect all by itself. I think with this, there's also a Wi-Fi connection. You can bring it into your app. That's pretty easy to figure out. It needs to connect to your Wi-Fi. It's programmable through the app. So open up your Tesla app and you can connect the wall connector that way. It wasn't that hard to figure out, to be honest. It took a little bit of trial and error to get it to connect. It seemed to have like an error connecting. It didn't find the Wi-Fi, and then I closed the app and opened it up and it was working. So it was kind of weird, but it does connect to your Wi-Fi and give you stats through your app. So make sure you do that if you have, I think this is a Gen 3. It's the latest gen. But those 2 things really important. Make sure that voltage difference is there between the 2 black cables. And the second thing, make sure you torque it down, because otherwise you will have problems in the future. If you got anything out of this video, hit that like button, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.